Alright, we're going to be removing the door panel on the 23 WRX to install our SoundSkins kit. First thing you want to do is get a little flathead screwdriver like this or a small panel tool, and you're going to go right here and you'll wedge here and pull outwards like so, and that will remove this little panel right here. And behind that you're going to find one Phillips screw, and then down here in the door grab there's also a little protected area, and you'll see in the back side of it there's a little release. You just stick your screwdriver in, pop up, and that will reveal another Phillips screwdriver, or excuse me, screw. Once that's all done, take a panel tool like this, and you'll feel down at the bottom right here, that's kind of where the metal comes together, the very, very bottom. You can wedge this up in there to give a little bit of gap, pry outward, and then you'll pop the door panel out, and you'll just work your way all around. Once you get to the very top edge and all the panel clips have been released, then you'll tilt up this way, and then you'll be able to get the door panel off partially. Once the door panel is partially off, you'll disconnect these two cables that are behind here, and then that'll allow you to get to the two plugs that are for your switches here, and those just have tabs in the center of them that you depress and then pull down, and they'll release. Then the door panel will come off. Once the door panel is completely removed, then you'll remove a couple of plugs that pretty self-explanatory, and then you'll remove your vapor barrier, and you won't be needing that anymore, so you can just pull that off and toss it. And then you'll install your SoundSkins kit, and then just basically everything in reverse after that. So this is a 23 WRX. We're going to be removing the rear door panel. Pretty simple process, similar to the front. Take your little screwdriver and you're going to wedge right here, and then you'll pop this panel off right there. That'll reveal a Phillips screw that's right behind it. And then inside here in the door grab, you'll see a little access hole. You take your little screwdriver and you wedge it in and pop it up, and that will also reveal another Phillips screw. Those are the only two screws that hold this door panel on. And just like the front door, you'll feel where the two pieces of metal come together at the very bottom. And you'll take your handy dandy panel popper, put it in at the bottom, wedge it up in there like that, and pop out just like that. That'll give you enough room to get your fingers in and get you to be able to work it all the way around. Once you have all the clips on the sides removed and the bottom, then you can start with this edge and tilt it up a little bit, and then work your way to the back and just completely remove it, pull it out. Then the first thing you're going to want to do is disconnect these cables right here. Remember, the hard cable, the one that's solid, that goes to the lock. Same with the front. The one that's movable, flexible, that goes to the handle. So when you're putting it back on, remember that. The hard, solid rod goes to the lock, and the flexible one goes to the handle. And then you'll disconnect your switch, you'll pull your door panel off completely. You'll remove your vapor barrier, and that'll expose the wire harness, and you'll unclip the wire harness completely all the way around. Just like in our next video, you'll see that. And then you'll start your installation. Make sure your door panel is very, very clean, the skin of your door. Get your kit on, then just reverse the process. Put your panel back on, clip your harness in here, clip your door cables back on, and hook it in from the top. So it'll go top down. Make sure it's all secure, and then you can actually peep inside each corner and make sure that your door plugs are lining up, and then just snap it in all the way around. Insert your screw here, here, put your cover plate on, and snap your trim cover over. And that's it. Alright, this is Kenny with Sound Deluxe Car Audio. We're going to be doing an installation on our newest kit. This is going to be for a 23 Subaru WRX. And we have the front door right here. We've already prepped the door. It's already been cleaned off and everything, and the door is ready to go. There's a couple of things you'll want to do before removing the vapor barrier, or after removing the vapor barrier, is you'll disconnect this plug here, let it open. We're going to leave this harness connected because it goes inside the door. It's very difficult to disconnect. These plugs here will stay connected. This one plug here, we're gonna remove that right there, and there's also one gray keeper that goes right there. We'll remove that as well. So the first step is going to be getting these cables through the slit that we have here, right there. So that's going to be our first step in applying it. So what we like to do is set it down on the ground, and then we'll peel back the first couple of inches so we can tack it to the top edge. And then we'll feed those cables through that slit right there. Just like that right there, okay? And then the first one you're going to want to get perfect is going to be this one here, and then the plug down below it. So you can lightly tack it and manipulate it a little bit while it's in this state. And then we'll go and we'll tack it, just keep it tacked right here a little bit. And then keep this part free because you're going to want to feed these plugs that are right here. You want to feed those back through the other slit as well as this one and this one. So there's going to be 3 slits from here. There'll be one at the bottom, one right above it, and then one to the right of it. And you can see those here, here, and here. So I've still only partially peeled back the backing, as you can see here, just to reveal the slits where the wire is going to pass through. So once you have the SoundSkins kit all nice and secure and stuck down everywhere, you can push it down with a roller or you can use your hand, whatever you prefer. Then we'll start connecting our harness back up. So you can start with this harness here, that'll plug in there, and you got your keeper here. You go to this harness here, plug this one back together as well, and another keeper, and then another keeper here as well. And then this is for your switch panel there. Once those are all connected and everything, make sure everything's nice and secure. Then you can kind of outline where the speaker hole is. I just like to feel it with my finger, and it kind of gives me like a rough outline of where it's at. And then just punch through, go to the flush edge of it. Then you're just gonna work your way around. Just like that. And what we like to do is we like to take this piece and we put it right behind the speaker there and the door panel. Again, make sure it's nice and clean back there, and that will go on your outer skin right there. It kind of helps with the back wave of the woofer. That's basically it. Then you'll go back in reverse. You'll put your door keeper on right here. Snap your door panel on after you get your cables in and make your plugs in. And that's basically it. All right, so we're gonna be installing our SoundSkins kit in the rear door on a 23 WRX. You can see we have everything prepped. This is what your door should look like. We pushed the cables on the inside just so we can get good access. The harness is here. We have completely removed the harness for the most part on this door, unlike the front door, because it doesn't have any plugs that go deep in there. So we removed the harness. You should have it like this. You can leave this one connector, this door, wire keeper in, that's fine. Your speaker should be removed and everything, and your vapor barrier removed. Okay, so we're gonna start the same way we always do. Take our kit here, and then we'll lay it flat on the ground. We want to pull it down far enough to reveal the slit here, so the wire, or excuse me, the door cables can pass through right there. And then take our door cables and we'll feed them right through that slit. That's going to be our first step of installing. Okay, once those are all pretty much through, then we'll start by lining it up here and here. Make sure you got a good alignment there and it's going in good. And then you can come all the way to the front and then do the same here. Make sure you have those 2 points. That'll give you a really good starting point. Okay, and then just secure that edge down like so. Flip it up, and then you'll peel back your backing like that. Once you get to this point here with the backing peeled, open it up, and then you can pass through that wire harness. The whole harness comes through on this one here. So now that you have your SoundSkins kit fully stuck on there, you can go ahead and start attaching your wire harness all the way back around and plug it in. Once that's all done, then you can cut your speaker hole out, just like we've done in our previous video here as well. And that way you take that, put it on the back wall, helps with a little sound dampening. Install the speaker, install your door panel, you're good to go.